And I think it's so important that we guard our ears, we guard our eyes, and it's important for us to be mindful of what we're listening to, because music has a lot of power. The thing that people always say, it brings people together. So if it can bring people together in such a powerful way, how more powerful can it be in a harmful way as well? Kind of similar to like a social media cleanse, I think taking a break from music can also be very helpful as well. And then that will properly solidify, oh, I can't listen to this anymore. I feel so much clearer. I feel so much focus. I don't feel down. I don't feel this. I'm not sulking in this. I'm not doing this.
Christ's love isn't like everybody else's love. It's not like the world's love. The world's love loves you when you do things right or when you do things with them. But as soon as you make a mistake, they take that love away. But what I've experienced with the love of Christ is that it loves first. It loves through wrongdoing. It loves when you shouldn't be loved anymore. It's unconditional. And that's the love that I believe is going to change the world and has changed me.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Micaiah. I'm back and I'm black and I'm back and I'm black and I'm back and I'm black and I'm back and I'm black.
Sasha here. Excuse me? Supermodels do not fly business class. Now, I'm not gonna demand a private jet, but I think Jag could at least spring for first class.
I'm so sorry if you hear all of that foolishness in the background right now. That's actually making me really tight, but I talk pretty loud, so I don't think it should have that much of an impact, hopefully, on me talking. But that is so annoying. They're like getting louder as this video is progressing. We're back. The noise is over. Thank you, Lord. So the topic for today's video is a question back to you all. Is the music causing you to be depressed, sad, angry, and so much more? Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to see more of me. And if you're new, hey, and if you're a returner, I really, truly appreciate the love. And if you have the chance, please check out my social media platforms on the screen. And without further ado, we're gonna get right into the video. So I'm gonna pose this question once again back to you all. Did you ever stop to think, is the music causing you to be depressed, angry, sad, and so much more? Now, while music can have a positive impact on one's life, it's important for us to dive deeper into the negative aspects of music. And I don't think we touch on this enough, because we always talk about how music unites people, but music can also cause division while also deteriorating a person slowly but surely.
Now, I'm not stating that this is the only root and source of people's depression and anger, so I just want to clear that out. However, I just want to pinpoint that a lot of these things can also spark those emotions as well. I just want to iron that out because I know how people can be, so I just want to ensure that that is clear and concise.
Music significantly influences our lives. However, it is crucial to recognize its potential negative effects. One notable consequence is emotional manipulation, wherein specific genres or tracks can trigger negative feelings, including anger or aggression. The ability of music to sway and govern emotions can result in a heightened and unrestrained emotional response. This phenomenon can be viewed as detrimental, as it may impede on individuals' capacity to sustain a balanced and rational perspective. Additionally, music can serve as a means of escapism, enabling individuals to evade their real-life difficulties, impeding their personal development. An overdependence on music for escape or emotional management may result in social isolation. People might retreat from genuine interactions, choosing instead to immerse themselves in a musical virtual realm, which can negatively impact their relationships and overall health. Dependency and obsession may arise when individuals become overly reliant on music for emotional management or diversion, which can interfere with their daily activities and interpersonal relationships. Such an intense attachment to music can impede personal development and restrict the capacity to cultivate effective coping strategies. Furthermore, music that contains negative themes has the potential to reinforce harmful ideologies or behaviors, particularly affecting impressionable individuals, such as the youth. Lyrics that endorse indecency, immorality, explicit sexual content, substance abuse, or violence can adversely impact individuals, influencing their attitudes and behaviors in a negative way. It is essential to acknowledge and comprehend the adverse elements of music in order to make informed decisions regarding our consumption, and to cultivate a healthier relationship with this powerful art form. By being conscious of the material we engage with, regulating our listening practices, and implementing appropriate measures to safeguard our hearing, we can enjoy music while reducing its possible negative effects. It is imperative that we safeguard our perceptions, both auditory and visual, as well as the sentiments residing within our hearts. The divine intention is for us to immerse ourselves in the benevolent teachings of Jesus, to be ever aware of his presence, and to reflect deeply on the truths we have encountered through him. Now, what sparked me to do this video is that within my past, I truly idolized music. I truly did idolize music. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Music had such a strong impact within my life, and it still does, right? But it has a different impact. I don't put as much value in it as I once did, and I don't lean on it as much. It's not more than the Lord. And what I'm going back to different aspects of my life regarding music. There's been a lot of positive aspects of it, but then there's also been negative aspects. And when I think back to 2019, when I first entered into college, I wasn't really listening to too much rah music, if I'm being honest. In high school, I was listening to like some Chief Keef. I'm not gonna lie, I was, or middle school, whatever year that was, when Chief Keef first got really popular. I was listening to Chief Keef and Rich Homie Quan and those like down south rappers, and a lot of that music is not uplifting as well. But I realized the effect it had until I went to college and I was overly listening to a lot of that music. So I was listening to Polo G, I was listening to Juice WRLD, I was listening to Quando Rondo, and the list goes on, Young Boy. And I realized, I'm like, why am I upset? Why am I angry right now? Why am I sad? Nothing's going on, nothing's happening. I am so freaking confused. Like, why is this happening? And I found the source, and the source was the music I was listening to. You could be in the best mood, and that music can easily alter it very quickly. Whereas you can also be on the other end of it. You could be really sad and already going through a lot, and then you listen to that music and it just makes it worse. It's not uplifting. Yeah, you may find someone that relates with your pain, but is it really helping you cope with this? Truly, is it helping you cope? Is it helping you relate and feel like someone else is going through this with you? Or is it causing you to get better? And I think that's important to decipher. There's a difference from, I find someone that does relate to me, that understands me, but you don't want to have a sulking, a downer party. You want something that's going to uplift you. So is there another artist that uplifts you, is more on a different positive spin on things and maneuvering in a different way? And this is not to say all secular music is bad and harmful and demonic. That's not what I'm sitting here saying. However, I do think a lot of this music can be very detrimental on one's mental health, and I think it's so important that we guard our ears, we guard our eyes, and it's important for us to be mindful of what we're listening to, because music has a lot of power. The thing that people always say, it brings people together. So if it can bring people together in such a powerful way, how more powerful can it be in a harmful way as well, right? So it can be very harmful, and I think that's just so important to dive into. And even on the other side of the heartbreak music, right? If you're constantly listening to music that's bashing one gender, right? And if you're constantly listening to things that are very heartbreak music, and I'm not saying all that music is always bad, but at some point, when do we tap out of this? For instance, for me, the second studio album that SZA had, I personally couldn't listen to it because I wasn't in that heartbroken state. I wasn't in the forget men state. Like, I'm past that. And I think it's important for us to not soak too much in that, because is that really making you feel better about your dating life? Is that really making you feel better about your future? Or is that making you be like, oh, I'm gonna be alone forever, saying those negative words? So I don't know if you all are catching my drift, but it's just important to be mindful of what we're consuming and how much of it we're consuming as well. That music has a lot of harmful effects, and I think we need to start talking about that more, because when you're listening to a lot of this stuff, it can be very, very detrimental. And for me, I had to completely wipe out all music, even if it was positive, and completely just pour into myself with a lot of gospel music and Christian related music and jazz, so that I can know how to decipher within my own mind, okay, is this what I want to consume? Is this what I don't want to consume? And then I slowly but surely started adding back music that aligned more of where I'm at and where I want to go. So some of that music was brought back into my life. However, some of the music I may hear when I'm out and about, I don't download personally. I don't listen to on my own. I don't want to hear that on my own daily basis, right? So I just think it's important for us to decipher everything, because it's different strokes for different folks, okay? One person may be able to consume this a little bit, another person may need to completely wipe it away. But I think the overconsumption of a lot of this kind of music is harmful, no matter how you slice it. It doesn't matter who you are. It may not be detrimental to your mind, but it could be detrimental to your spirit. It may not be detrimental to your heart, but it's detrimental to your mind, okay? So we just have to be mindful that everything connects. And this body is a beautiful temple, and we have to be careful of how we're treating it, including what's going in our ears, okay? Including what's going in our ears. And I know this is not like the popular thing to say, but it really is important for us to really sit back and decipher, what can we listen to? What can't we listen to? What is harmful? So I also urge you all to step back and be like, okay, has this caused me to feel this way? I never thought about it. But when I listen to this, I feel this kind of way. Or when I do this, I feel this kind of way. I even went through a phase where I just did not listen to any music. Completely didn't listen to any music. And you just see how powerful that is. Kind of similar to like a social media cleanse. I think taking a break from music can also be very helpful as well. And then that will properly solidify, oh, I can't listen to this anymore. I feel so much clearer. I feel so much focus. I don't feel down. I don't feel this. I'm not sulking in this. I'm not doing this. And you'll feel a lot better. And then on the other end, you may feel like certain music may uplift your mood in a way, right? But you also don't want to become overly dependent on music either. So we just have to have a balance with everything. I believe everything goes back to balance. Balance, 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 or cutting it out. There's only two ways. Balance or cut it out. Not overconsumption. Balance or cut it out. Okay? So I thank you all for watching. Remember that you all are loved by the one who created the universe. And once again, be mindful of what you're consuming with your eyes. Be mindful of what you're consuming with your ears. Because it all has power, and it all can have an impact either on your mind, your heart, or your spirit. So stay blessed, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Y'all know I am. I'm that young man. Just